This is going to be a demonstration of the 100% speedrun for the game Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, played on the PC version of the game. In this speedrun, we have to collect 50 Pizza Planet tokens, and we have to unlock all of the unlockable upgrades that are available to Buzz throughout the game. So starting out, level 1, this is Andy's house. It is your typical level 1 where it is very optimized and very reset heavy. Right now I'm performing what are called circle jumps. They just allow us to climb different objects upward faster. I'm going to be making my way to the first token, which will be a boss fight. This boss only requires 3 fully charged laser shots to complete. We have to wait for its vulnerable state. Right now, when it bends over, that's when we know we're able to shoot the robot. On this last shot, I'm going to be lining myself up where the token appears so that I can skip a cutscene of the token spawning in, which saves roughly 3 to 4 seconds. Collecting the second collectible. Now we're going to be collecting Potato Head's ear right here, which will allow us to unlock our first upgrade in the game later on in the level. Make our way over to this van, which will help us during the race in just a minute. So this is the race. We're easily able to cheese this race by getting on this van and just circling around the finish line, which is right there. The finish line only goes between the wall and the van and only checks to see if you come from behind the line, which is why we're able to easily just cheese the race by circling around on the van. Next would be the puzzle token, and I'm going to be doing what's called box jump. This can be a bit of a difficult trick to complete, especially for newer runners to the game. It takes a lot of practice to complete, and this is the Cosmic Shield. It is the only upgrade we won't use in the game because it is worthless. Normally it is supposed to protect against different damaging things on the floor, like the green goop you saw earlier. But we really don't need it at all because we're not ever really concerned about our health in this game. This next trick is going to be called spoon jump. We jump off a extra piece of geometry known as a shadow box. It allows us to skip having to go all the way around the kitchen to get that last collectible for Bo Peep. Lastly, I'm going to be collecting the last few coins and returning them to Ham to get the coin token. So this is level 2, Andy's neighborhood. Firstly, I'm going to be doing a little setup for the end of the level by ground pounding these mounds. I'm going to be coming back to these at the end of the level. I'm only going to be collecting 4 tokens and not all 5 because I will be coming back later to complete the race token once I unlock the rocket shoes. This level does not include a new upgrade. Not every level has a new upgrade available. Make our way into the puzzle token area. And jump off this base, get up here. Ledge grabs can be a little funky in this game from time to time. Get our first collectible. Grab a few more coins, swing over here, and collect the puzzle token. Next, I'm going to be making my way up to what is probably the first big run killer of this speed run, which is the Andy's Neighborhood Tree. This can be kind of daunting for new runners, as navigating the tree can be a little nerve-wracking. But with enough practice and experience, it's not too bad overall. Collecting a few more coins. So this boss is easily cheesed by being slightly out of bounds. Normally when you shoot that boss, you'll shoot it with a laser and it will go into an invulnerable state. But for whatever reason, if we get slightly out of the boss area, it just allows us to mash down the boss very quickly and very easily. I'm going to be collecting the final collectible back at the starting area, because where we have to return all the missing army men is at the starting area, which is why I did not completely finish this puzzle. The mounds pattern is always the same as well. There's no randomness to it, no RNG involved. So coming up will be the first boss level of the game, which is Bombs Away. This boss is very quick, very easy. It'll take just 3 fully charged laser shots to complete. Set up. Now on a construction yard. Probably my least favorite level in this run. This does involve some random cycles and some good luck, which usually never happen, which is typical speedrun style. This level does include our second unlockable that we will be getting later in the level. We will be making our way in here and making our way to the puzzle token, which hopefully everyone passed art class. Almost missed a coin there. Because we are going to mix some paint. We have to mix the purple, orange, and green. We have to mix the colors to get those to unlock the puzzle token. We'll return the green, push it back, so mix orange. It also doesn't matter if you do green or orange first, but what's important is that you do purple last, because doing purple last sets us closer to where the token spawns once we've completed the puzzle. Make our way out of the cabin there. Circle our way to the top. So this is where the RNG starts getting involved, is the cycles that will get us up to the top of this building. Looks like I may not get the greatest cycles in the world. We'll see as I make my way over there. That's gonna start going up. Fortunately, these will not be the greatest of cycles in the world. This is fairly common to not get perfect cycles, and sometimes you just have to deal with what you get. As long as that one comes down, which it looks like it is, be able to jump over to it. Hopefully that one comes back down, like it will. My way over to it. And this one has stalled. So these are probably some of the worst cycles, if not the worst cycles in this level, unfortunately. It's also important, those are falling pieces of, I think, what are considered bolts, maybe? Odd colored bolts. But we did just collect Potato Head's ear, which will unlock discs. You did see that I put, ground pounded a lever. That starts a timer in which we do specific movement and collect specific coins to make a specific cycle to take a shortcut back up the building. So to make sure that I do it correctly, I'm going to come over this way, collect a bunch of coins. We're going to unlock our second unlockable in just a second. Potato Head is right there. We'll return his eye to him, and we've unlocked the discs. These are important for the boss in this level, as discs are the only way to hurt the boss in this level. And as you can see, I've collected 2 rounds of them to get 20 discs. Normally you need around 17 or 18, but sometimes the discs can be a bit finicky and not nice. Elevator should be coming down shortly. There it is. Very nice. Made it on time. It's also important, you usually want 46 or 47 coins going back up that shortcut, as the coins you're going to be collecting from here on out. That's kind of the number you're looking for. Nice. Sometimes this can be at the top, and there is a ledge grab that you can do to grab it, but it's kind of sketchy, and if you miss it, you'll just fall all the way down. Or turn around. So like I mentioned, discs are the only way to fight that boss. Only way to damage it. Sometimes it can, from where I was standing, it can knock you off with the bolts that it throws at you and just kind of kill your run very easily. This level is of another very reset heavy level, especially on that big frame of a building, because if you fall out, it's pretty much game over at that point. And I will be going over to collect the final token, which will be the collectible token right over here. And that is Construction Yard. Next will be Alleys and Gullies. This was one of the last, this was the last level to get a single visit. Normally you have to come back to this level with grappling hooks, which you unlock in a later level. But it was discovered in the past year, I believe. We found a way to complete this level in a single visit. Normally you're required to come back to this level. So now every level in the game can be beaten in a single visit. So on those slopes, normally you would be sliding down those slopes if you landed on them, but I was doing what are called jump buffers. You double jump, and then after your double jump, you hold the A button, or whatever your jump button is, and the next time Buzz lands on any sort of ground, he will jump immediately, so that's what prevents us from sliding. Oh, I almost got single visit first try. So this is where we line up to get the single visit. We jump off of a little tiny piece of extra geometry, which is over here on this wall. Unfortunately, I didn't get the ledge grab I was looking for. We also do a jump buffer on it as well, so we can jump off it immediately as we land on it. It's been kind of hard to find. There we go. Just takes a little time sometimes to find it, but it's also very interesting to note that the only place that the grappling hook is locked up is at the bottom. So as you'll see right down there, there are grappling hooks, and they are unlocked because they probably didn't suspect that you'd be able to get up here without the grappling hook. So they just didn't lock them up for whatever reason. They also probably didn't expect speedrunners to exist and get a hold of their game. This is also the case in the level where you unlock grappling hooks. There's only one pair that is locked up, which is at the very bottom of the level, and they didn't expect you to get to the top of the level without grappling hooks. So now I'll be making my way to the boss. It can be affected by either laser shots or spin attacks, either one. Usually doing charged laser shots, about 4 of them is what you want to do, and then spin attack it so we can skip the cutscene of the token spawning in. Now I'm just going to be collecting a bunch more coins and collecting the last few collectibles so I can collect the rest of the coins, or the rest of the tokens in the level. I miss umbrella jump there, which is fine. Back up here. Okay, I have all the coins I need. Good ledge grab there. The last fourth collectible, actually, not the last one. The last one is at the back of this area. And jump down and grab the puddle token. Last collectible is in this little pond. Grab our last little ducky, and then we will return the coins for the coin token and the collectibles for the collectible token. Friend Pam will be next to this umbrella. Then unfortunately we have to make our way all the way back, kind of to the starting area to return the collectible for the collectible token, which is right past this lamppost. That is Alleys and Gullies. Next will be our second boss fight, Slime Time. Which is just a mash fest. Smash as fast as you can to beat the level. There are 5 cycles to it, so once you beat the 5th cycle, I didn't quite get it before he jumped over me, but this is Al's Toy Barn. I will not be doing the single visit for this level, as it is quite a difficult trick to accomplish, so I will be coming back to this level later. So I will be collecting just a single token, which will be the boss token. The green laser is important because we can just hold down the green laser and beat the boss very, very quickly. Just hold down the green laser. And jump into the token. Next is Al's Spaceland. This is where another part of RNG comes up in this first token, which will be the puzzle token. We're going to be making our way to the claw machine, and the reason it's RNG is because where the token is placed within the claw machine is RNG, and the way the claw moves, it starts left and right first, but whether it moves left or right is RNG, and then forward and back after the first ground pound is RNG as well. It's not something that will lose you a ton of time, but it can lose you a few seconds if you just get overall bad RNG. Which I overall got pretty decent RNG. Next I'm going to be making my way to the race token. This race is pretty simple. All you have to do is slide down these ropes and jump at the red portions on the rope. If you just double jump and jump forward into the next rope, you should grab onto it. You don't want to be too early or too late, as you will miss the rope and may have to frantically jump back to the rope. And if you miss the rope, you have to start the whole race over and complete a walk of shame. Next, that was close. I'll be making my way to the boss area, which is another just hold down the green laser. We do have to retreat a little as he does have a little bit of movement, so he doesn't run into us and affect our shooting. And then obviously jump into the token before the token spawning cutscene. Those shield guys that I just killed only can take spin attacks. Now I'm going to be collecting the last few coins and the last collectible here. And then I will return the coins to Ham and the little green aliens to their mothership. The mothership is just straight this way. Right where we finished the race earlier. So next will be the third boss level, which is Toy Barn Encounter. We're going to be introducing a new piece of speed tech called Dizzy Strats, which will allow us to move during cutscenes so we can kill the little enemies inside these pods faster. Normally, these cutscenes will play and you won't be able to move, but with Dizzy Strats, we are able to move around and kill the enemies much quicker. We do have to wait for the boss. You can see it's flashing green. Once it's done flashing green, that's when we are able to hit the boss. The controls do almost feel backwards when you're in the cutscenes, so you kind of have to figure that out as well when you're first attempting Dizzy Strats. So I will not be doing a Dizzy Strat on this last pod, as it will take the full brunt of a fully charged laser. Normally, if you were to charge the laser full during any of the other pods, it will only take what would be like a normal red laser shot, no matter, even if you charge the laser to full. So this is Elevator Hop, a lot of people's least favorite level. This level actually recently got a route change. And the new route saves optimally 10 seconds, which for both categories, any percent and 100%, as they have the same, you collect everything the same in any percent and 100% in this game, is significant for either category. Because neither of the categories are super long by any stretch of the imagination, especially any percent.
No time to lose.
So we're going to be taking advantage of the draw distance in the PC version. It's a little bit longer than in N64, PlayStation, or Dreamcast, so we can shoot past the first grappling hook grapple and just go straight to the second one. I'm not going to do it here because I want to grab this coin that's right there. But we do take advantage of that just to save a little bit of time. To kill those shield guys, I am doing what are called spin cancels. I'm pressing the spin attack plus the laser attack to be able to get the spin attack out quicker. Because when you do the shield, or the spin attack, and then the shoot, one of them cancels. So if we mash them together, we're just able to spin a lot faster. Open up the shortcut, we'll need that later. This puzzle here is the same every time. And then, good ceiling mouse. That mouse can be really annoying. The reason we don't complete the puzzle right away is because if we do, it starts the cycles for these elevators much sooner, and we have to hit a certain cycle. And if we're fidgeting around with that ceiling mouse, it will throw everything off. So we just wait until after we collect the mouse, just so nothing gets screwed up. And again, on that slope that I was on, I was doing the jump buffers like I was doing in alleys and gullies. Double jumping, and then after the double jump, holding A, the Buzz would immediately jump on the next piece of ground that he hits. So this is the boss area. Once again, just hold the green laser, fire at the boss. This one we do have to lock on because it does start flying, but nothing too difficult. Again, grab the token before it spawns. As can be seen, there wasn't a lot of thought put into many of the bosses, so it just kind of, you know, hold down the green laser and it just dies. This race, there is no rubber banding or anything with the token that is flying down. It always gets to the bottom at the same time. About 2 seconds left, I think it is. So we just have to wait for it to come down, and we can collect it. Make our way up the shortcut we opened earlier. Collect the puzzle token. Okay, I got the wall mouse, which is good. That can be a relatively annoying part of this level. As if you miss it, it's about 15 seconds every time you miss that mouse and have to go back up the shortcut. So now I'm going to go back into this room here. Grab the last coin, and Ham will be up here to collect our coins. And I will exit the level. Making my way into my favorite level, which is Al's Penthouse. This level you cannot help but whistle during. In my opinion, it has the best soundtrack in it. But this is the race. We just have to collect all 5 of these horseshoes, bullseye. Again, no randomness to it. They're always in the same spot. And then we have all 5, and we'll return them to bullseye. Like I said, can't help but whistle. Do another jump buffer there to get up that ledge, that slope actually. So now I'm going to be doing another trick called window jump, which will take advantage of a shadow box right here. And it will help us set up getting a first fully charged laser shot before the fight of the gunslinger over here. It will only take the first fully charged laser that you shoot at it. After that, it doesn't take any more for whatever reason. I'm going to be circling this room, collecting collectible and some coins. And we will be making our way back into the living room. Upcoming will be another big strat that was found recently, which was actually found on a someone's playthrough. Someone was accidentally jumped off a corner of a cabinet, and we started wondering what other cabinets we could jump off of, and thus the drought strat was formed right here. So normally in this bathroom you have to flood the whole bathroom to get to the top, which is extremely slow, and the drought strat just saves a lot of time over having to flood all of hell's bathroom. So you just never know what you're gonna find in a let's play of the games that you speedrun. Big time saves, I guess. Didn't want to get that circling animation, but jumping off the lights there allows us to skip those circling animations. For whatever reason, Al has his fridge padlocked shut, so we'll just break that open. We're gonna do another jump buffer off of this door frame here to skip having to go around the whole kitchen to get that single collectible. And we'll return all the critters to Jesse. And then we have to collect the last couple coins. We have to re-enter the bathroom, unfortunately, collecting the last 2 coins and then returning those coins to Ham, who is in the bathtub. Just kind of hanging out. So next is our evil enemy, Zurg. We do have a setup for this. So on PC with 60 FPS, sometimes Zurg is just uncatchable and you can't damage him. So what we do just to avoid this is to get Zurg into this corner. We intentionally take that death so we can set it up. So we can spin attack Zurg, which is the only way that he can be damaged, and easily beat him. So this is airport infiltration. This might be one of my more favorite levels. There's a lot of upwardness to it. A lot of cool tricks involved. Our first trick is going to be swing jump, which will be right here. Missed it, unfortunately. It is a little tricky as it is a pretty precise jump. Try to go for it again.
I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger, Universe Protection Unit.
Gotta kind of get close to the edge of this pole. And then kind of hold an up left joystick to be able to get that ledge grab. It's not too difficult once you get the feel for it, but it does take practice to complete. This is where the upward part of this level begins. Not gonna worry too much about the banditos getting their coins, as they do take quite a few laser shots to kill. There are quite a few coins in this level, so stopping to kill them really isn't worth it. So this right here is a skip that only the N64 doesn't have, because that ledge that I grabbed doesn't have collision whatsoever. So unfortunately on the N64, that little skip is not possible. Now we're gonna skip part of getting to the puzzle token by jumping up here. Collecting a bunch more coins. And we're going to get Potato Head's nice red lips so we can unlock our next unlockable, which will be the hover shoes, which we will need to get to the boss later in this level. At this part you do have to worry about, there are some jet fans. In 60 FPS wind, as opposed to the 30 in the other versions, is very brutal. Almost forgot about the collectible before leaving the room. That would have been quite unfortunate. So now I'm going to be making my way into Potato Head, the boss room, excuse me, where we will return Potato Head's lips to him and unlock the hover boots. With the hover boots, you just have to hold the jump button and you'll start to float. You can only go so high over a certain piece of ground. So you have to make your way to different suitcases there. This is Stinky Pete. He only gets damaged by spin attacks. So we're going to do the spin cancels so we can hit him as soon as his iframes go away. The cutscene skip. Now I'm going to be making my way to collecting the final collectible. Take this zip line down. This collectible is over here. And then I'm going to start the race, but during this race I'm also going to return the collectibles to get the collectible token, as it gives us a significantly large amount of time to complete this race. And because we know where all the barbells are, allows us to take advantage of the extra time during the race to return the collectible token. Or return the collectibles for the collectible token. We'll grab the green laser. It doesn't look like I'll need it though. We'll kill these guys. Got all the coins I need, as the last one I'll grab is over by Ham. Finish the race. And then I'll make my way over to Ham and finish the token. Ham is hiding over here. I'm going to be making my way back to Al's Toy Barn, collecting the last few tokens, and unlocking the rocket shoes as well. And the reason that I didn't complete this fully on the first visit is because I needed the... Well, there is a single visit, but like I mentioned earlier, it is extremely difficult. But we need the hover shoes to get to a single collectible in this level, which is right up over here. With the single visit, you do take advantage of a shadow box, which is extremely hard to hit. So that's why I did not do the single visit. Not many people actually do. Just because it is super difficult to performed. So again, this race is actually a two-parter. The first one, we collect a collectible, and it gives us a lot of time. So we're going to spend that time collecting a bunch of coins before we complete the race. So that was the collectible that we needed to grab. Now we have the rocket shoes. The rocket shoes trick first try. Missing the collectible there. Doing that trick optimally only does save 3 seconds, so missing it is pretty unfortunate. But it is a relatively tough trick to perform, as moving with the rocket shoes is a little funky and clunky. You move rather sporadically, and it's hard to control. Be doing a little skip off this cone, avoiding the tennis balls, making my way to the final collectible over here. Take this skateboard back, and I will be jumping off the skateboard before it hits the end, because once it hits the end, Buzz flies upward, and it takes a long time for him to get back down to the ground. So jumping off just saves that time of having to wait for Buzz to come back down. Look at that guy. Okay, puzzle was actually nice to me, which is very rare. Those shelf cycles are actually RNG, and it can really just screw up your run. So now I'm going to be completing the race, the second part of the race, to get the Pizza Planet token. Don't have to make our way to the left, as I'll be jumping straight to this platform. And collecting the race token. So now we have all the unlockables, and I'm going to be making my way back to Andy's neighborhood to complete just the race. Doing this without doing it without the rocket shoes saves about 6 seconds. You can beat this race without the rocket shoes, but it is relatively slow. As you can see, Buzz moves extremely fast with the rocket shoes. The checkpoints for this race are extremely scuffed. As you can see, I'm not spending much time doing it in the order that it should be done. We're just able to cut across everything using the rocket shoes to complete the race. We're going to lap RC, as RC is really slow compared to our rocket shoe. And finish the race. Now I'm going to make my way to the final non-boss level, which is Tarmac Trouble. This level, we are on a bit of a cycle with the plane. It's not a tight cycle by any means, but you don't want to be too slow either, as if you miss the cycle, this plane moves relatively slow compared to the level, and you will just lose a bunch of time if you're not fast enough. But again, it's not a tight cycle by any means. Boss area is right over there with the tower. Make our way to the end here, and we'll jump over the boss area. This boss, once again, this one will only take spin attacks. You just gotta kind of constantly be hitting with the spin attacks. And again, we are on a cycle again with the plane. So we have to make it the next time the plane comes around. But we do have enough time. It's not super tight again, but we're going to be killing a bunch of enemies, collecting a bunch of coins as well. We do have to get up here to get a collectible as well. We'll make our way over here. Wait for the plane. Again, not a super tight cycle, but again, if you miss this cycle, you will lose a lot of time. It's about a minute roughly for the plane to get all the way back around, so you absolutely do not want to miss the cycle. Drop off here to get this collectible. And collect the green laser. This level is very, very slow without rocket shoes. As you can see, it's a pretty big level, and we do want to use rocket shoes as much as possible wherever they're available. So this is the race. In this race, you cannot jump and you cannot touch the green area. Doing either of those things will cancel the race and you will have to start over. We have been trying to look for a skip for this race for a long time and nothing has been found. We've only been able to do it through a cheat engine and different in-game cheats and mods and stuff. So a skip for this would be amazing, as this race is relatively long compared to many of the other races in the speedrun. Okay, now I am free to jump again. Making my way up here into this cart. Collect that collectible. Say hello to Rex. Hi, Rex. We're going to be making our way to the puzzle token. This is another part of RNG. The light puzzle is random. So it's usually it's random every run. In that cutscene there, watching the token come down, that does have to play in order for any run to be considered valid. So it's always important to reset your game if you ever watch that cutscene, because if you complete that puzzle once before starting the game over, it won't play again, and we do require that cutscene is played. Now I'm just going to be making my way around the level, collecting a bunch more coins. I'm intentionally running into enemies, as that cancels the rocket shoes, so I can stop instantly and collect coins. Collectible, and collecting the last few coins here, which Ham conveniently is right over in corner number 5. coin token. Go over this green puddle. And then we'll be making our way over to the big number 3 over there, as that is where the collectible is, or where we get the collectible token. And jump over this green pond so we don't lose our rocket shoes, as it does damage us. And that is all 50 tokens. We get a nice screen after this. You've collected all 50 tokens. Hooray! Get a bonus video that we don't care about. And we'll do the final showdown. We do a little setup, or I do a little setup by running a little bit to the left, because we want to start shooting at the gunslinger right away. And the game does, if you stand right where you are, it does kind of default to aiming at the gun or the blacksmith or Stinky Pete. And of course they don't get hurt by laser shots. I'm gonna be trying to keep the blacksmith and Stinky Pete close together, so I can try to hit them both as quickly as possible. Dying on the final boss is relatively normal because health doesn't refill every level. But you usually die at least once. And that is the 100% speedrun for Toy Story 2.